Welcome to UK Battle Rap News Daily. This is the first episode of I Got a Zoom So Big. I need to get some crowd sounds to say how big is it in the background when I say that.
Yay!
I got a Zoom so big. How big is it? But yeah, so today we got Rap is full. We're meant to have the whole team. We ain't gonna sit around and wait. It's getting late, so we've got the two most important people. They're the most important people because they're here. They took the time out to be on time to come and talk to Hulk on Zoom in lockdown. So they are the most important people at Rap is full right now, in my opinion. But yeah, we've got Rory and we've got Debs. Big yourselves up.
How are you?
Nice one for having us on, Hulk.
Nah, man, always, always, always. So obviously, like, rap is full, madness. Like, to be honest with you, obviously, where I got into Don't Flop and that, yeah, I started watching the early Don't Flops, and then I saw a few of the Don't Flop Islands and that, and then I just thought that the Irish battle rap scene had just finished. Like, there was just a big gap in anything happening.
Didn't it?
Yeah, and then I saw RCI, obviously, shouts out to Kim. I saw RCI did a couple of events and stuff, and I thought, all right, cool, they're getting back into it. And then that's when Rappers Full popped up. Like, but how? Like, why did Rappers Full pop up? How? Like, why?
I think it was just I was going to do battles a few years before, but fuck man, don't flop Ireland and DFI. Then it was later to fight Irish when they were doing it, there was no point. But do you know what I mean? There was no point at all because fucking they were doing it and fucking, do you know what I mean? There's no, it's not a big enough market to compete in, like. But then they stopped, and I was doing other stuff with music and all. Do you know what I mean? I was doing a few gigs here and there, and Kim, like you said, at Rappers Conf, she was doing a few events, and then me and Kim would be very close now. She was always very good to me, still is, and she kind of then I knew like she was going to be moving to America, so she was going to stop doing events, and she was sorting out her visa. You know, because she had told me personally. So I said, look, do you mind if I do an event? Because I don't have to step on anyone's toes either. Do you know what I mean? But she said, no, go for it. And she actually helped me with a lot in the start. In the start, she used to put up people and all when we were doing events in Wexford. She put people up in her house down here, and she paid for flights for different people and all. You know what I mean? Always kind
Yeah,
of
because
helped.
I was surprised in the beginning, because like in England and that, yeah, like if you've got like a fairly new league and then you've got another new league starting, normally they wouldn't try and help each other at all. But like when you lot popped up, I thought, oh, what's Kim gonna say about this? And then she was just like proper supportive and just kind of backed you lot's thing and told everyone to like
I
get involved.
she did
So
fairness to her. And she's helped with lots of stuff behind the scenes up and still does that at the odd times, you know what I mean? And I know if I needed something, even though she's in America, and I rang her, do you know what I mean? I know
so
that she'd
so you
always.
lot so you lot through the first Rap is Full event, I was there.
Yeah, you
Fucking
were
hell,
there.
Podge has joined us now as well. Perfect timing.
That is
Big up
perfect
Podge.
timing because he basically done most of that event, and I just said, yeah, let's do this. And then I kind of said, no, I
Bro,
don't
I'm
want
not
to do
gonna
it.
lie to you. Do you know what? Yeah, this is the mad thing with battle rap. Yeah, regardless of the event or whatever. Yeah, that's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to in my life. You know, just to actually wake up and look at that. Where was it? Enniscorthy or something?
Yeah, I'll bring you to Wexford Town next time, man. And
Bro, I'm not
Smarty's a
gonna
shit
lie to you
place.
though. Like the little streams and like it was just it was beautiful, bro. It was nice, man. Like I'm from a city, innit? So obviously
It's
I
a
don't see
completely
a lot
different
like
thing.
that. And even our
Man,
countryside is shit compared to that. Like obviously, like a lot of the buildings and stuff seem still old school and traditional. The bridges and shit like that. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to shit like that. So it was a
oh, yeah, the
beautiful
history and
place,
all,
bro.
sure, the castle and all up there, like there's great history in the town now, do you know what? Especially with back with the Republicans and all, do you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
one thing, Vinegar Hill and all that. Like, Podge know more about all that, the history of that now, but there is this rich in history up there. You can see it in the buildings and all, do you know what I mean?
Proper,
Years
proper,
old, like.
proper. So
Yeah,
the,
like
so the, sorry, go on,
I'm
Pod.
living in Dublin at the moment, like, and just fucking not being able to just go somewhere nice that's like right at your doorstep is just a pain in the arse. Like, it's just turn this corner, it's another fucking concrete building, turn this corner, it's another concrete building. So
Yeah, it's
can't
mad.
imagine moving home.
So you lot did the first event now,
Yeah, and I
bro.
don't think we thought we were gonna fucking, like, you seen it. I think we sold 16 tickets on the door, and tickets were a tenner, like, and we brought yous over, and you know, yous were fairly fucking, the rounds were fairly fucking good to deal with. You know what I mean? Fucking.
But to be fair, like even just to do, like if you say you sold 16 tickets, yeah, a tenner each, yeah, we don't have to disclose business or nothing. But even just to get us over there and put us up and that, yeah, you probably fucking spent more than that just on one of us alone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, easily, you know.
And then you got me, you got Canal, you got GEE, and then obviously you got fucking Real Deal, which was the big one.
Yeah,
Like, it was crazy to even see Real Deal there and be like, bruv, there's no one here to watch Real Deal. Like, if that was in London or Manchester or something, like, a few people.
You know what?
Like,
I watched back that event now, like, and even though all the good memories, because I watch you and Thermal and I watch Real Deal and Sayo every now and then, and a few of the other battles as well. When you're watching, you're saying like it was such a good card for battles wise, like, but like we should have really done it in Dublin, like.
I suppose as well, like, obviously trying to bring it, you know, to new areas is always something that you're just going to be trial and error as well, man. I did an event in Taunton.
I just didn't want to travel too far for the first few events, and then after a while, we're like, look, let's just do it in Dublin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes it can work, man, but obviously that time it just didn't pull a crowd, but it was still cool, man. It was a sick event, man. So, like, obviously, where did things start getting evolved? Like, obviously at first it was just you and Podge. Was Tony always the cameraman from the first? Because I swear Tony was there, but
Tony was the first event.
I didn't know him. He just came.
We met Tony for the first time at that event. He was asking where he could buy jeans because he wasn't wanting to go back to Waterford. He was wanting to go out in nightclubs. That was my first encounter with Tony in the smoking area, asking me where to buy jeans.
Yeah, I think Tony just enjoyed himself so much that he just said, fuck this. He said, these fellas don't know what they're doing. I'm going to buy a camera. And even if he didn't really know what he was doing at the time, he just came with a camera then. Like, and that saved us because we had awful trouble getting people to film battles.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People were walking
off didn't show up, and I had to just phone the guy that recorded my music and just be like, can you get me a camera somewhere? And he had one lying around and he had to drop it down. And we had to ask one of the fans to film the event. He had never
got that actually, yeah.
It was just some guy who came on the door. We didn't even give him a refund for filming the event.
That's proper King of the Rock shit, man. Trust me.
Yeah, and he lost footage though, didn't he? He lost part of the Real Deal battle.
Which he didn't know what he was doing. Like, we can't really hold it against some lad who just showed up and wanted to look at that.
Fuck him. He lost Real Deal's best bars. Like, Real Deal was pissed off with me when that battle came out. He said there's like fucking half we didn't know it for months later, like, do you know what I mean? It didn't go down too well, like, and really is a cool guy, you know what I mean? But when he's kind of pissed off, that kind of makes you think, yeah, I kind of fucked up with this one, like, do you know what I mean? Because I could just tell by the way that he was kind of, when he messaged me about it, he said it was missing. I was like, oh shit, no, we don't have it, like, do you know what I mean?
Like Rory hasn't improved from that event either. It's just he has more people around to make up for the mistakes that he makes, like. It's not like, oh, this was a once-off and he learned from it.
I work smarter, not harder, innit? That's what they say, innit? He's working smarter, not harder. But yeah, so obviously, like you, Podge, Rory, Tony, you're putting on events. Where did the whole, firstly, like, did Matt's involvement come before the whole Premier Battles team, or was that afterwards, or well, like how did it start evolving and growing?
Well, the Premier Battles team actually that happened even before Premier Battles I think existed. They had asked us, do you know what I mean? So that had happened well before that then, and fucking. But I think that we were first asked that I think at the Chop and Fables event, which was the April before we even Premier Battles kicked off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, we were asked, but not for the first season. We were asked to do the Ireland versus England event, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think that was because Briggsy was on the fucking, what's Danny Jack's Code Red staff, and myself and Terminal had battled on Code Red.
Oh yeah.
And then he just kind of saw it from there, and then just said, "Look, it'd be a good bit of crack to get Premier Battles going to do something in Ireland." So I think that's where it came from.
Shout out to Code Red as well, like they fucking Code Red and Premier Battles were both fucking, and the Rons, I suppose, as well, like even though maybe didn't battle or not, like.
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm still the only Irish person to ever be on Ronalds, which is mad.
Trust me. But that's the thing, like Rory was there, like when we started like the forum and that, yeah, like, and it was just mayhem, it was just jokes, innit? Like he was probably
that's
like,
what made me
Irish
want to start doing events, to be honest.
bro, because we just tried to have fun with it, innit? We knew we weren't gonna make
Yeah.
loads of money. We knew that it was like all above our heads, but for some reason, people wanted us to put on events, and we was like, "Fuck it, let's just go with it, man." Like, it was just
Yeah,
fun,
and
innit?
there's a lot of people fucking just from that form that I'm still very good friends with, like Tim Hunt yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, man. Yeah, no, there's a lot of good people
It
from
was a
that.
wild
Loads
forum,
of
man.
odd jobs and misfits
Tawsy
in it.
was the best.
Yeah. Yeah. So you lot started. You did the Premier Battles team. Um. How was that? Like, obviously, Pod, you battled, didn't it? Like, how was that whole experience doing the whole Premier Battles crossover with Rap is Full?
That's key.
I thought it was grand. I thought it was fine, but like,
I loved it, but there was an
yeah,
atmosphere in it.
I really enjoyed it. Like, I just think people took it a bit too seriously and thought that this was like their chance to break through or something. And like, I don't know, maybe it's just that I had more experience with you, Kevin. And I knew like it was going to be tough, and we were probably going to lose even if we technically won. So I had less expectations, but I enjoyed it. Like, who cares really if you don't get a decision, or like if fucking Sam Heights thinks that someone won over you or whatever, like, or whoever the judge is, like, it's not that deep really, is it?
Mm, that's it, man. I think that's like a lot of people just take the fun out of it, innit? And they don't they lose out on, they miss out on having the fun experience by taking it too seriously
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's it. And it's supposed to be fun, like it's not supposed to be stressful. Going up
That's
there
it.
for them, right?
So obviously, then you've got like Matt came involved. Like what? So again, because I'm leading on, I'm trying to follow a little bit of a timeline here. I know
Yeah.
it's not exactly precise, but
Yes, sir. The
so
start was
did did did
2018.
did Section 6 come in before Matt, or
Oh yeah, Section
Yeah.
6 was
see
when
now
did that
Dev's
start?
talking. Let the woman speak. Let the woman speak.
No, like I really only started properly getting involved when Burning Bridges happened, and the first like ever like Rapid Soul event that I've went to was Last Words 2, and then I just went to nearly every event then after that, and then I reached out to Rory. I was like, here, let me get involved in some way, you know. And then like a few months back, we were deciding, here, let's get new tryouts. Then Rory was like, oh, Debbie, you can like help me sort out like tryouts, kind of,
Debbie,
you
you
know,
could
like.
just watch all the shit battles and pick all the fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. Some of the majority of the people have like, I don't even know what's up with like new battlers or whatever. They have this fucking major big ego, and they think that they're fucking on like Thesaurus's level or fucking Real Deal's level or whatever. It's just
Well,
it's just
do you
is
find
what
it
it is.
well? Hulk, do you find that it's always like the top tier people like Tony D and Soul and all these people who are actually elite are actually the humble sound people to get along
Bro,
with?
I'm going to studio with Tony D on Sunday. I messaged him the other day and said, "How much you gonna charge me for a verse?" He said nothing. I said, "All right, cool, come studio." I booked the
Yeah,
studio.
That's
I
it.
sent him the
always,
postcode. He said, "Yep, I'm there." I said, "You need me to pay the cab?" He said, "Don't worry, I can travel." Like I asked Genesis Elijah the same thing a few years ago, and he said, "Hey, I'm not charging you. Here's your verse," and sent me the verse back like 2 days later. Like, you know what I mean? And then you've got people who are like
Section
nobody
6.
at all, and you think you're doing them a favor by like, "Yo,
Yeah.
do you want to jump on this track or something?" And they're like, "Yeah, but I need 200 quid." It's like, whoa, bro, like it just doesn't weigh up in it. Like, how come these people who are so great and so great at what they do and in such a high kind of position, and they're so humble and so, do you know what I mean? And then you've got people who haven't earned that yet, and they just start asking for big money and think that they deserve all this respect. It just don't add up. Don't add
Yeah.
up.
No, it's just Section 6 is just one of them things. I'm really glad that they asked me to kind of do that. But there's a lot of good people have came out like of Section 6. Like Red Wolf is just like lethal, you know. But it's just one of them things. They just, yeah. Just people need to be more like humble and not expect a lot, you know. We're just a league. We're just trying to have fun, really. At the end of the day, it's not like a lot of people, as Pod said, take it seriously, and they shouldn't. You know, it's not that deep. You get me?
Mm.
So yeah.
But that's what I love about it though. Like even with King of the Ronalds and that, yeah, like I always prided myself on the fact that we kind of told shit rappers that they were shit, and like, do you know what I mean? You can come and you can rap and you can have a go, but if you're shit, you're shit. And like, there's no point everyone just patting everyone on the back and saying well done for trying, and like that's how you
Fuck
just
that.
create a whole shit scene in it. That's what I think damage
Horrible job, man.
done a lot of damage to the scene because it's just friends. Everyone don't want to be rude to each other. Everyone says you done good. You know what? If you done shit, you done shit. Like at the end of the day, we need to just start saying it how it is. And I think with Section 6, you guys have done that. You guys have kind of drawn a line and kind of said, all right, cool, you can earn your way up. But do you know what?
Yeah.
If you're not all that at the moment, you're going to have to start here. And it's
Your
managing expectations and it's just being honest to people, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's
your
it.
attitude
It
and
worked
your
out
work
better.
rate is what will get you to where you want to be. Like rap as full is not going to make you what you want to be. It's your work rate and attitude. Same way, like saying soccer, like someone like Ravel Morrison, who was at Man United, had a shit attitude. Used to think he was like above everything, and now he's taking playing in some Turkish third division or wherever he is. Like, and then like you have someone like I don't know,
Top
Wayne
score
Rooney, who
football
like
reference.
works his arse off. Like Man United didn't make Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney's hard work and what he did made him. Like, and I think people just come to places and just want us to kind of just do all the work for them. To be honest, all we are is a YouTube channel. Same way Premier Battles and Ronald was just a YouTube channel. We're just here to give you a platform to just put your work on. It's up to you whether you want to put good work up there or bad work up there, as far as I can see. And then it's about knowing if you're shit or you're not shit. Like, I don't know, maybe pottery will be more suited to you or something
Pottery.
That's how you could tell Pudge loves the countryside, you know, he's talking about.
like.
So then obviously now you got Matt who's not here. He's the kind of last piece of the puzzle that we ain't really spoke about. How did Matt get involved?
He just wanted to do an event, a one-off kind of event, and he done Broken Resolutions 1, and that was basically, he set the whole thing up. Like, I had some input on it, like, he comes and says, this alright, and you know what I mean? And we kind of worked it that way, like, which it was nice as well, you know, to have someone put on an event. And I just turned up and just got drunk, like, you know what I mean? Just, it was cool, like.
And you ain't stopped ever since, have you?
Without having, even though I done that at every other event, but at least I didn't have to think about anything then, do you know what I mean? But then he done that, and then he was kind of talking, I think he was thinking about working with a few other leagues, because I know he's worked with leagues before, I think with Premier Battles and maybe Don't Flop. I think he set up a few battles or he paid for a few battles or something over the years. So he's wanting to get more involved then after doing the event, because you know yourself, Hulk, once you do an event and you get that kind of, it isn't an adrenaline rush, like. So I think the bug kind of got him then. So then he was talking about it. He wanted to do more, but he wanted to be kind of more of, if he wanted to invest into it, like, he wanted to be a part of it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Like, he didn't want to just be like a money guy. Like, he wanted to have like genuine input into, and his heart's in the right place. He gets a lot of flack, like, do you know what I mean? I mean him, like, don't see eye to eye on very little at all, to be honest. But sometimes we just argue even when we agree about things, you know, and those kind of relationships. It's very toxic, like, but we've very good time for each other as well, like. But we argue about it a lot, like, but his heart's always been in the right place, do you know what I mean?
That's what you need sometimes, though. You don't need a whole
He
team
became a fan of the
listening, innit?
scene, you know
People
what I mean?
are
So
gonna question your ideas and challenge you to do better, and you can challenge them to
yeah.
do better. And you know, you don't just need a bunch of people who are going, yeah, that's great, Rory, just do what you're doing, and then you end up pissing it out. Like, I mean, do you know what I mean? It's just
I'm like, I'd be liable to do anything, like, do you know what I mean? Pods can attest to that, like, so it's nice to have a bit of a steadying thing, like, and the way that we have it now between the four of us, I think we have a better working relationship anyway. I just kind of stay out of things, like, most of the time, do you know what I mean? But no, they're doing well, do you know what I mean? Deb is coming on with the Section 6 thing, like, she would have had her first event and it got cancelled last year because of COVID, like, and she had set up her own card and, do you know what I mean, named her own event and all, like, do you know what I mean? I came sick idea and it just didn't happen then, which was a shame, do you know what I mean? Going forward, like, she's gonna be doing more events like that, like, do you know what I mean? I'm getting too old to be doing events fucking every couple of months, like, you know.
I think I should battle on a Section 6 event still. I reckon I should headline a Section 6
Look,
event.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'm Rory's carer at this point,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, you know.
Yeah, but she had a Boski was
You got
supposed to
the
do
right
Leslie on the fucking first one we were going to do.
Yeah, Boski and the Scabman, actually, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully
So-
we
so-
more that get
So
back
what's
to normal.
next? Like, what's next in it for Rappers Full Pods? You saying you quit, innit? What's happening?
As far as battling, yeah, I think I've just done everything I wanted to do. So
Fair enough.
because I got what I wanted out of battling. It's not like I got into it to be
Madflex
like,
called him out on Twitter the other day, though, like.
yeah. Madflex called me out there the other day, so. But,
So what you saying? You're gonna come back and battle Madflex?
I don't know. I've already died from monomer and stuff. I think. Yeah, like I don't know. I've kind of got what I want to. I never wanted to be like famous or anything, so I'm happy enough. Like it's not like I'm bitter about things and things haven't worked out and I'm throwing my toys out. It just kind of ran its course at this stage. Like
Yeah, no, you made a good impact, man. You're obviously always gonna be known as one of Ireland's top guys who's got about. You know what I mean? You've battled Americans, you've battled English guys, you've done your thing, waved the flag, literally. So like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's all good, man. You can do what you want,
yeah,
man.
I filled a gap that needed to be filled at the time, and now there's loads of people to do kind of the shit that I did. So like.
No, true.
This is about all the battles that I forced them to do, ain't it?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Deb, what's next? You're the brains of the bunch. I can tell. What's next?
Honestly, right, I'm just going with the flow of what the lads are doing, to be honest, because like,
This is where it's gonna go wrong, Deb. You need to actually take charge. You can't just go with the flow with these lot. Look at him. Look at Rory. You're really gonna go with the flow with him, bro.
here's
On
the
the wrong flow,
problem
you know. It's gonna
with
be flow.
I'm kind of the more rational kind of person, whereas everyone else feels like real uneasy that nothing's happening and is getting all ratty and killing each other because nothing's happening. But the fact is, like, we're in a global pandemic, like, so I'm like, just chill out and then we'll see, like, if things open up like fully, we'll go from there. Like maybe little small 20-room gatherings are allowed, we'll go from there. Like, but there's no point in coming up with a new plan every week and then like fighting over whether this is a shit plan when the plan isn't even going to happen anyway. Like that's my kind of
I
thing.
want the stress.
Like just wait till the dust settles and then come and plan what we have. Like say if this goes on another year, like maybe some of the fucking battlers are locked up or they don't want to battle anymore, gotten a job or like
I reckon we just need to get a boat.
I love the way
We
the
need to get a
lock-up was
boat,
the
a big
first
boat.
thing, like not emigrated or anything.
Bro,
you know, like
do COVID rules apply at sea? Like, what if we was just all just on a boat? Like, what rules do we follow in the middle of the sea?
you know what, that's kind of.
Yeah, can we do it on the fish garden fucking Rosslare crossing? That'll
we
be
can't
something.
get people to show up on time at the venue that we've done 95% of our events. I'm trying to get them all on a board.
Fucking
Right,
hell,
What's
imagine.
the worst thing that we can just drink pints for the 3 hours, like, ain't it?
Well, Pedro
Yes,
right
I'm
now,
kind of
fucking
chill
Pedro's
about
in
it.
Pedro's
We
in
just-
North Macedonia, bro. He was putting up stories on his Instagram. And he's all eating.
Yeah.
He gets
love the
about,
way-
doesn't he? He gets
I
about.
love how we distinguished that was North Macedonia and shit.
Yeah,
Like anyone on the social media will be able to fucking tell the difference.
No, because Macedonia is like part of Greece, I think, but North Macedonia is by like Albania and that in it. Because I went to Corfu and then I went to Albania for the day, so I kind of know in it.
Albania is fire. I was in Albania for 10 days or something. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite places I've ever been.
Yeah, no, so yeah, Pedro's out there eating in restaurants and stuff, bro. I see it, I was like, bro, you're eating in a restaurant. You know how jealous I was. Like, love to go and eat in a restaurant right now.
Oh, it'd be a
But
nice
yeah.
one. I'd love to go day drinking and taking cocaine in pub toilets, to be honest.
Still, there's a lot of people out there that resonate with that. But yeah, so like, what do you guys basically you just want to wait and see what's happening? You ain't got no battles lined up, nothing organized.
We had
Like,
loads of stuff lined up, like, and there was deposits paid for a few things. Matt had a lot of stuff lined up for this Broker Resolutions event, but like, we're not getting vaccinated anytime soon here. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be next year by the time we get vaccinated. So,
and
worst case scenario, like, I don't think there'll be events this year at all. Like, but that could change. You know what I mean? But I just don't really have faith in the government to really fucking
Yeah.
sort things out. To be
and
honest.
the thing is, like, part of what Rap is Full is like, you can tell a Rap is Full battle straight away when you see it because of like the setting, the crowd, all that. Like other battle leagues are doing like empty room battles and all. Like,
Fuck that.
what's the point in us doing the exact same thing? It'll only be like to have uploads on our channel, but like it's not going to excite anyone and it's not going to make us stand out in any way. So
Look
it's
what
kind
happened.
of pointless. Like,
Over.
what's there? Or
I said, look what happened at the event we had in October. Like, Tulk was there, sure.
Oh yeah.
okay.
That was a
Holy
disaster.
shit! Actually, I blocked that out of my memory. That whole event is just not in my head anymore. Like,
Kenneth getting arrested will always be in my head, man. That was just...
yeah,
awesome.
that was
I got
that was
searched
stressful.
an officer.
The thing is that he always thinks I'm against him, but I was actually trying to stick up for him, man. He was like, "Oh, you're sticking up for me."
Yannick's a good boy, man.
Oh yeah, I just like winding people up, especially people like him because he's so easy. He wears his heart on his sleeve, innit, and he just so wants to be accepted.
Yeah.
Wind him up.
Oh no, he messaged me the whole time. He said, "Did you see what such and such said?" And all I was saying there, like, one of the boys keeps winding him up, like, and he's really taking the heart, like, do you know what I mean? And I felt terrible. I said, "Yeah, but he's, do you know what? I said that to you as well, Yana." I said, "Yeah, but you know what I mean? Me and you were really close though." And I said, "Yeah, but it's nothing, like, it's things you laugh about yourself, like." But it was just because one person was saying he got really annoyed, and it fucking, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I like the guy, man. I was in his house. I met his mother. I talked to his mother regularly on the phone, like, do you know what I mean?
Bro, what? Bro, the move operator, yeah.
I got to hit me for the match day 1 of Premier Battles. Me, Tony, and Tony's nephew just end up in Yannick's house at about 3:30 in the morning before the event. After traveling 12 hours, we got stranded in some service station all for ages. We were ringing taxis, and they say, "Yeah, we'll be there in 40 minutes." No taxi came. Ring another one. That went 5 or 6 taxis before we actually got picked up. But then it was like, and we were like miles. We were 20 miles from anything. Like, it was just this service station in the middle of nowhere. And I think I actually got us kicked off the bus, to be honest. I think we were supposed to fucking go further, and I think because the boys gave me vodka basically, like. But we were there, and we end up in Yannick's mother's house, and she was saying, "Oh, you can go and get cans. The shop will be open now in 3 hours." And I was like, "Oh, will your man give me the cans on the sly, like, even though it's like morning time?" Because, you know, like, we have real strict laws for fucking off license here, like. And she said, no, it's like 24 hour. And I said, what? And she couldn't believe, and I couldn't believe that they had 24-hour alcohol order, but she couldn't believe either that the Irish didn't. She said the Irish should have that though. They love their
This
drink.
is what I said when I first come to Ireland. We got off the ferry. We was drinking all night on the ferry. This fucking bastard Rory booked me like a fucking 18-hour journey, bruv. Yeah, I had to fucking get a 9-hour coach basically from London to Wales, and then get the ferry, and then get a fucking coach from the port to fucking Enniscorthy. So it was a long journey. But by the time we got there, it was in the morning. I left at 6 in the evening, and I got there the next morning, and we got there.
I never booked that journey for anyone again because I had to do the journey myself, and I said,
no. I got there and we goes, right, fuck it. We were on, like, we've been drinking on the ferry, we've been drinking all night. We're not going to sleep now. Let's get a bottle of drink. He said, no, there's no, you can't buy nothing from the shops and that. There's no pubs open until like 11, 12 o'clock. I was like, what? You can't just go into the shop and buy a drink? Like, no, you can't. Not till 11 o'clock. I was like, what the fuck? Where's the off license? Where's the 24-hour? We don't have it. Like, wow. That blew my mind. We always associate Irish with drinkers as well. It's like, bro, you know, we don't even drink in the morning. You ain't real drinkers. We drink proper over here, mate. Trust me.
No, we just buy more when we're buying.
So that's it. So yeah, obviously we're going to be looking out for any new Rappers Full events, Section 6 events. You lot have still got the merch in stock, Debs. Can we see the merch? Jeez.
I came up with the design.
I didn't even realize you're wearing it. That's sick.
Come on.
I came up with
some point.
No, I helped come up with the design, right? And then like I was showing like Rory the design and stuff, showing Matt. Matt was pure hyping the design up and thought it was deadly. Rory was like, I don't think, I don't know, like you get me? I was pure like, oh shit.
Anything Rory doesn't come up with, he just doesn't like. I swear to God,
But
fucking
yeah, go on, but
no. I was just saying, like Rory just doesn't like because he thinks he's the ideas man. Because he doesn't bring hard work and dedication to the job. So I think he's the ideas man. And if anybody else has an idea, Rory shits on it.
I daydreaming all day.
it was literally at the October event when I showed them, and they were probably like, I was literally like traveling around that day with one of the battlers that literally only came there to do the cipher, and then everyone was just locked, and then Yannick got arrested, and then it was just a big thing. But yeah, no, Nathan Jones kind of helped me come up with the concept of it, and then I went to and then um I forget. I think it's Boz or something that does the
Yeah, Dave
battle
Boss.
rap merch. Yeah, yeah. He basically, me and him had a chat for ages about it, and he was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I'll
good
do
guy.
this like or whatever." He's such a sound bloke. Like him and Nathan are do a lot for us. Like you get me. So he's a really sound. Both of them are really sound. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he seems it, man. I randomly, like, I saw a post on Instagram one day. I think I don't know what event it was, but they gave away a T-shirt with my face on it, and I think Kofi won it. And I just saw on Instagram this T-shirt with my face on it and Kofi holding it up, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like, oh yeah, I hope you don't mind. We just put your face on a T-shirt and gave it away. I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, say no more. But yeah, no, they seem like good people, man.